We're here at the Hummer test track in Port Elizabeth, brand new, just built 4 days ago, and the Hummer H3 is stuck on its own course.
Oh dear, this was the official worldwide launch of the South African-built Hummer H3, and one obstacle in its purpose-built track was proving a little tricky. That said, the Hummer actually looked genuinely impressive for the most part, although we're suspicious that given a little rougher terrain, the H3 may not have fared so well. After all, that was only about 25 centimeters of water. GM seemed very worried about our safety and had obviously instructed their drivers to go around nice and slowly. The upshot of this, of course, was that we were almost bored to death. Still though, we were keen to get inside the Hummer to experience the H3 firsthand, and to see whether we would fare any better on the logs than this one did. CNN were scheduled to be the first one out, but when they were dawdling, we quickly hopped in. The first media outlet in a Port Elizabethan H3. Not bad, we thought. We're about to drop into a hole about the size of a grave, and to be honest, a little bit disconcerting, but it seems to do. Seems to be just handling just fine. Back outside again, and well, the test track wasn't exactly enthralling. So while the rest of the journalists were eating their cucumber sandwiches, we spotted a lonely Hummer and went to poke around. As it's left-hand drive, we can't tell you what it's like to drive on the road because the government went and banned left-hand drive vehicles. So unfortunately, this is probably the only demonstration of the Hummer we're going to get in action for a while to come. To give the Hummer some credit, it's certainly a very bold and unique looking car from the outside. This fully American car has got proper off-road tyres sitting on aluminium rims. Or is that aluminum? Of course, the Hummer started life as a military vehicle, and to protect the troops inside from Arab gunfire, you need the smallest windows possible. Just look at those things, they're tiny. As we discovered, the interior is fairly macho as well, if also a little drab. Everything's really big and bold. There's a big bold steering wheel, you've got a big bold gear knob, and the toggles look like the tyres. To be honest, there's not much else in here. You've got a little bit of storage space in the middle and your drink holders, but other than that, not a particularly exciting environment. Everything is quite comfortable though. There really is tons of space in there. The lack of things to play with though had me poking around inside the cubbyhole. And there's a nice inventory here for the glove box handle. Use for that, otherwise just point in the glove box. The Hummer H3 has these big black toggle things. What the hell are those for? You can't even move them. That's plastic. Last time we saw aerials like this was on your uncle's Ford Cortina. They're probably going to tell us it's military spec or something. Don't know, let me stand on a wheel. Probably not. Not really enjoying me having a look at the car. They sent a security guard around here a little bit earlier. God, that's a crummy rear windscreen wiper. Windscreen wipers aside, we think the H3 has the makings of a great off-road vehicle. However, we think its real fate may lie elsewhere. Now, while this car is set up to be a fantastic off-roader, it's got brilliant approach and departure angles, it's got proper off-road tyres, which you don't really see on these big SUVs anymore. My guess is that it's not going to really be used for that. My guess is they're going to shove big fat chrome wheels on it that spin and light up and all the rest of it, and drive it around Sandton City.